one of the best weapons after the Elden Ring DLC. This weapon is crazy. It's a staff that lets you spawn sorceries and incarnations. It's really cool, it's really powerful, and we're going to be showing you guys 2 builds today with this one weapon because this weapon unlocks so many different builds, and you don't have to worry about switching with 2 weapons or getting an incarnation, spawner, or anything like that. It's really cool. I love this weapon a lot, and this weapon is located all the way in the Elden Ring DLC. It is going to be right at this location. This is definitely further into the DLC. It definitely isn't something to get early on, but it's well worth getting it. So once you do get to this area, there's an underground part that you have to get all the way through. You have to ring a bell, then you have to defeat a boss. You will get it from the boss. Once you do that, you want to have 7 strength, 25 intelligence, and 25 faith to use this. Once you get it, as you can see in the background, I'm using this on incarnations, the golden vow and the dragon strike, and I'm also using this on sorceries like the rock slide and then this thorn type of sorcery. Now make sure you upgrade this weapon as much as you can, of course. Try to get it to max. Then you are going to be putting on these certain things for a crazy OP build. Skip the grind and max out your character or get any item in Elden Ring. Check out Silent Services. We do Elden Ring services for cheap prices. We have a ton of customers that love this service, and you will love it too. We also do Call of Duty services as well, so check it out down below to see all of the cheap services that we have. We're going to be first showing you guys a build with an incarnation with this weapon, and it's going to be the Dragon Strike incarnation. This is one of the best incarnations in the game, and you get this by going over to the right side of the map in the main map. Then you want to go to this grace, follow me over to the center part, and then at this center part there's going to be a book. I don't have it in the video because I already collected it, but it will be right here in the center. Then when you get it, head over to the Church of Vows and pick it up under the incarnations. After you do that, you'll have the actual incarnation. Now once you have it, you want to get these certain things to make it even better, because using this incarnation by itself is good, but with these it's even better. So with this, you want to put these certain talismans to make it better, and if you put everything that I say to put on your character, you can do easily around 15,000 damage, which is a lot. The first one is going to be Godfrey icon. This enhances charge spells and skills. This is gotten by defeating Godfrey. Then you want to get the Ritual Sword Talisman. This will raise the attack power when HP is at max, and you guys can get this by going to the center of the main map, then going below this dungeon, taking out the enemy and opening up this chest. Now once you guys get those 2 things, you then want to get the Shard of Alexander, which this can be completed by just following this quest that is right here. This is where it starts. It's going to be where it should start if you just started the game. Then once you guys get those talismans, you then want to go all the way over to your wondrous physics, and you want to get this DLC tier, which is the blood tier right here. It's called this. This can be found in the DLC area. You want to get a hefty fire pot, then head over to this location, throw the fire pot in this enemy's head, which I've already done that. That's why he's alive. But you want to take out the enemy, then you'll get the tier. Now when it comes to this tier, you guys want to put it on, but keep in mind, if you're using this wondrous physics tier, you will not be able to use the Ritual Sword Talisman because the wondrous physics tier will take damage and it will negate the Ritual Sword Talisman. So it's either one or the other. Choose whichever one you want. Now we're going to go back up to the talismans. You want to get the Lightning Scorpion Charm. This can be found all the way in the main map right here in this dungeon. After you clear it out, you will eventually get this talisman in the dungeon right here. Now once you guys get that, you then need the Phlox Canvas Talisman. This one right here will boost the incantations by 8%. The Lightning Scorpion Charm will increase the lightning damage, and this will just all be super OP. Keep in mind though, if you have that Ritual Sword Talisman and then that tier, you're gonna have to swap that Ritual Sword Talisman with the Lightning Scorpion Charm Talisman or the Phlox Canvas Talisman. But once you're done with that, you then want to head all the way over to this new thing they added in the DLC, which is the Priestess Heart. If you have this on your character, this will boost the damage of dragon type of attacks, which is great. And you guys can also use a rock heart, but the Priestess Heart is better. And now once you guys get the Priestess Heart by completing this guy's quest, you just want to make sure that when you activate it twice to get that dragon effect to do more damage. Now with the rock heart, you can get it by going over to this part of the map, go down this ladder, and then go in this tunnel, and there's going to be this photo. You want to pick it up, head over to this location, and then you will be able to pick up the rock heart. Now when you guys use these 2 things, you need to keep in mind that you need to take off all your armor because you won't be able to use it if you have your armor on. Then you want to golden vow, which is located all the way above the left part, top left of the main map, and you want to go into this shack in the volcano area. Pick it up and you'll be fine. Now once you guys get all of those items, you're set. Before you go into the fight, you want to activate that golden vow, then you want to activate that wondrous physics with the tear if you have it. Now you want to activate the priestess heart or the rock heart. Then make sure you guys keep in mind you have to activate the priestess heart twice to activate the dragon effect. But once you're done with that, you want to then go to your enemy, try to get as close to it as possible, maybe dodge a few times if you have to, and then use that dragon's lightning strike, and it will do a ton of damage. This is the best incarnation to use with this staff, and this isn't the only build I'm showing you guys today. We're also going to be showing you guys some really cool sorcery build. Now for sorcery, what you can do is you can get thorns build. You want to get the thorns sorcery by heading over to the DLC, going all the way over to this location in the DLC, then follow me to here, and there's going to be this little place you can drop down. You want to drop down, and then right on this dead body is going to be the sorcery. This will spawn in a bunch of thorns, and it will spread off into 3 different thorns, and where you get the most amount of damage is if all of those 3 thorns hit the enemy. It will do a ridiculous amount of damage, and it's very OP. You guys want to get the El Brich pointed hat, which is located all the way in the main map in the city. Right here, you go into your talismans and get the Godfrey icon, get the enhanced charge spells and skills. You get this by defeating Godfrey, and then the ritual sword talisman, which I did go over earlier on how to get the ritual sword talisman. But get those 2 things, and then you want to get the shard of Alexander, and that should be set for that. Now the 4th talisman, put on the old one's exhalation. This one will be found underneath the big city. You guys will have to do a ton of stuff, where you go under it, and then you have to complete a boss under the big city, which is the capital. That's what I'm talking about with the city, the capital. Now you guys want to make sure you have the golden vow, of course, and now you guys want to have that blood loss tear that I told you guys to bring. That one's really useful. And now before we go into the fight, you want to activate that golden vow, then you want to activate that wondrous physics with that tear in it, then you want to just spam that thorn, and now it will do a good amount of damage, not as much as the dragon lightning like I said, but this is still a really good sorcery and one of my favorite sorceries in the game. And I'm just showing you guys multiple builds with this weapon just to show you guys how good this weapon is and how many things you can do with this weapon. You can do so many things, and that's why this is one of the best new DLC weapons, the Staff of the Great Beyond, because you can literally activate so many things while using this. And now that's really about it. I showed you guys one of my favorite sorceries and one of my favorite incarnations with this staff. That is the best weapon in this DLC when it comes to staffs. I love this staff, and you will love it too. So have fun using this insanely OP weapon and these builds, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Do not forget to check out Elden Services in the description. Inshallah, alhamdulillah, may Allah bless you all. Barakallah.